This was supposed to be a simple boat tour from our hotel in Puerto Vallarta, but it turned into an entire day of swimming with fish, riding a donut boat, stopping at beautiful beaches, hiking to a waterfall, eating coconuts beside the falls, passing a pirate tour ship, swimming inside a cave, and then trying the donut boat myself. And all of this happened in one day. The biggest question was whether we could make it all the way to Quimixto Waterfall and still have enough energy for the ride back. And the trip back gave us a few surprises of its own. This is our full-day Puerto Vallarta boat adventure with Daniel and Omar from Black Pearl Tours. Let's go back to the beginning. The day started at our hotel shore in Mismaloya. We knew we were going on a boat tour, but we didn't realize how many places we would see before returning to the hotel. Our main destination was Quimixto Waterfall, but getting there was not a straight trip. We would first pass through Mismaloya, visit Los Arcos, swim with the fish, enjoy a surprise donut ride, stop at different beaches, continue to Quimixto, and then hike to the waterfall. And that was only the first half of the day. Our guide was Daniel, and Omar was his assistant. They were both very friendly and helped make the trip enjoyable for our family. The tour company was Black Pearl Tours, and I promised them I would mention them in this video because they treated us very well and helped make this day memorable. So if you're looking for a boat tour in the Puerto Vallarta area, look up Black Pearl Tours and ask for Daniel and Omar. As we left Mismaloya, the views immediately started to change. From the boat, you get to see the coastline from a completely different angle. The hotel, the beach, and the mountains all looked different once we were out on the water. At this point, everyone was excited. We had our towels, our cameras, and everything we needed for the day. But we still didn't know how many surprises were waiting for us. Los Arcos was one of the first moments when we really felt like the vacation had turned into an adventure. The rock formations were beautiful, and the view from the water was incredible. But we didn't just stay on the boat. We also had the chance to swim and film the fish underwater. From above, the water looked peaceful, but when we put the camera underwater, we could see the fish moving below us. That made the experience feel completely different. You're not just looking at the ocean anymore. You're actually inside it. The family enjoyed the swimming, the scenery, and the chance to see the area from below the surface. This was already a great stop. but Daniel and Omar had another surprise planned for the kids. The kids thought we were continuing on the boat. They didn't expect the donut ride. As soon as they saw it, the energy completely changed. The kids were excited, everybody was laughing, and suddenly the boat tour became a water activity day. This was one of the best surprises of the trip because it was not something we had planned ourselves. It was just one of those moments where the guide knows the area and knows how to make the experience more fun. The kids enjoyed it so much that later in the day, I decided to try riding the donut myself, but that came much later. First, we still had a lot more places to see. As we continued south from Mismaloya, we passed Boca de Tomatlan. Boca de Tomatlan is an important place along this part of the Puerto Vallarta coastline because it is the last major town in this stretch that can be reached by car. It is located where the river meets the ocean, and it serves as a gateway to many of the beaches and coastal towns farther south. Once you go beyond Boca de Tomatlan, the road access becomes much more limited. Places such as Colomitos, Las Ánimas, Quimixto, Caletas, Majahuitas, and Yelapa are not connected to the main road by a regular coastal highway. To reach these locations, visitors typically use a boat or a river taxi from Boca de Tomatlan. That is what makes this part of the coast feel so different. You cannot simply drive from one beach town to the next. The water becomes the road. After passing Boca de Tomatlan, we continued by boat and saw several beautiful stops along the coast, including Colomitos, Madagascar, and Las Ánimas. From the water, you can see how the mountains come right down toward the shoreline, with small beaches tucked between the cliffs and the ocean. Each location has its own character, but they all share one thing: you need to arrive by water. After the beach stops, we continued toward Quimixto. This was the part of the trip we had been waiting for. The boat ride itself was already enjoyable, but Quimixto was the main adventure. We knew there would be a hike. We knew there was a waterfall, but we didn't know exactly what the trail would be like, or how everyone would feel after spending so much time in the sun. When you travel with a family, you have to think about more than just the destination. You have to think about everyone's energy. Are the kids still having fun? Does anyone need water? Is everyone comfortable? And is the final destination worth the effort? For us, the answer became clear once we arrived. Once we reached Quimixto, we got off the boat and started the hike to the waterfall. this was no longer just a boat ride. Now we had to walk for the next part of the adventure. The family stayed together, and everyone enjoyed the hike.
So the only means of transport here is either by walk or by using this ATV, and also using ATV or by horse. So those are only the means of transport right now. But a car, this town is not accessible by car because after the river, there's no more road. Only point, yeah, it's already in.
The trail gave us a different view of Puerto Vallarta. Instead of looking at the coastline from the boat, we were surrounded by nature. The closer we got, the more we could hear the water. That sound made everybody more excited because we knew the waterfall had to be nearby.
Oh. Very nice hike, man. It's a good walk.
The hike was part of the experience. You don't simply arrive at Quimixto Waterfall. You have to earn the view. And after the boat ride, the heat, and the walk, everyone was ready to see what was waiting for us.
We're ready. We were so happy that we thought that it was already the waterfall. This is the mini waterfall. So guys, just to let you know, there's a lot of butterflies around here. And then we made it to the river, but this is not the waterfall yet. So there's still a little bit of hike. I think here, going through the El Paraíso restaurant. This was founded by the local here. Was the dad, they said, for 40 years, and then he already had a vision that this will be a nice spot in the future. So he passed away 40 couple years, and then the son took over this place.
And then we finally saw the waterfall. After traveling by boat and hiking through Quimixto, it felt like we had reached the reward at the end of the trail. The waterfall was beautiful, and everybody was excited to get into the water. We also stopped at the restaurant near the falls and enjoyed fresh coconut. That coconut became very important later because it filled us up so much that our lunch plans completely changed. But at that moment, we were just enjoying the waterfall, the food, and the feeling of finally arriving. And then came one of the most fun moments of the day, the jump beside the waterfall. The waterfall was already worth the boat ride and hike. but the jump made the experience even more exciting. Everyone had fun, and it became one of those family moments that you remember long after the trip is over. For our family, definitely. If you enjoy swimming, hiking, boat rides, and outdoor adventures, Quimixto was one of the highlights of our Puerto Vallarta vacation. After spending time at the waterfall, we started heading back toward the boat. Everyone had a great time, but the day was not over yet. In fact, the ride back gave us some of the most unexpected footage. We continued farther south toward Majahuitas. At this point, we thought the next part of the day would be simple. We would continue back toward Las Ánimas, stop for lunch, and then return to our hotel in Mismaloya. But first, we passed a pirate tour ship. Seeing the pirate tour ship out on the water was such a fun surprise. It looked completely different from our smaller boat, and it made the coastline feel even more alive. There were different types of tours happening all around us. Some people were on pirate ships, some were visiting beaches, and we were traveling back from a waterfall adventure. We also stopped so we could swim again, this time near a cave. After hiking to the waterfall, this was another unexpected chance to get back into the water. Swimming near the cave felt completely different from swimming at Los Arcos. At Los Arcos, we were focused on the fish, the rock formations, and the open ocean. Here, the cave gave the experience a more hidden and peaceful feeling. This is one of the reasons the Black Pearl boat tour was such a memorable experience for us. The day was not limited to one stop. Daniel and Omar were able to show us different parts of the coastline and give us time to enjoy the water in different locations. We were supposed to stop at Las Ánimas for lunch, but there was one problem. We were still full from the coconut and the food we had at the restaurant by the waterfall. So instead of forcing ourselves to eat another full meal, decided to skip lunch. Sometimes that happens when you're traveling. You make a plan in the morning, but the day changes as you go. The coconut at the waterfall was refreshing, but it was also more filling than we expected. So we decided to spend more time swimming instead, and that brought us back to Madagascar Beach. Madagascar Beach was beautiful. The water looked inviting, and after spending so much time on the boat and hiking to the waterfall, swimming there was the perfect alternative to lunch. Madagascar Beach was beautiful. The water looked inviting, and after spending so much time on the boat and hiking to the waterfall, swimming there was the perfect alternative to lunch. This was also where I decided to try riding the donut myself. The kids had already enjoyed it earlier, so I thought, how difficult could it be? Let's just say, it was a lot more fun watching the kids do it than trying to control it myself. After Madagascar Beach, we finally started heading back toward Mismaloya. By this point, we had spent the entire day on the water. We had swum with fish at Los Arcos. We enjoyed the donut ride. We passed Colomitas, Madagascar, and Las Ánimas. We traveled to Quimixto. We hiked to the waterfall. We jumped beside the falls. We ate coconut at the restaurant. We continued toward Majahuitas. We passed a pirate tour ship. We swam near a cave. And then we returned to the shore by our hotel. I also want to thank Daniel and Omar from Black Pearl Tours. They were very nice, helpful, and made the entire day enjoyable for our family. For us, the Quimixto waterfall adventure was worth it. But the reason we remember this day is not only because of the waterfall, it's because of everything that happened between the hotel shore and the falls, and everything that happened on the way back. If you enjoyed this Puerto Vallarta family adventure, please like the video and subscribe to Traveling Californian, and let us know in the comments which part would you want to experience most: the fish at Los Arcos, the donut ride, the waterfall, the cave, or Madagascar Beach. Until next time, keep exploring.